Hi, I'm Frank Romboscus from NeverColdCall.com. I'm getting a very frequent question these days, and it's not surprising. Salespeople and small business owners alike, and even some corporate marketing executives are saying, Frank, business is down because of this recession. What can we do to get back on track? Well, it's not a difficult answer. In any time of recession, in any time of challenge, the first thing to do is take a step back, look at the big picture, and get back to basics. Get back to what works. The answer to prospering in this recession is not some new revolutionary breakthrough theory. It's about getting back to the basic building blocks that work to build your sales and your income. And the problem is that most people don't do that. In times like this, they panic. They start doing more of what doesn't work, hoping for magical results. They start trying untested, unproven techniques and theories, and they just dig themselves deeper into a hole. You've probably heard me talk about feasts and famines before. Don't get yourself into a famine because, especially in these times where people are spending less, it's going to be very, very difficult to get out of it. Now, the first thing to keep in mind, again, going back to basics, is the reality factor. I've explained this in previous videos. Reality factor says quite simply, reality is what it is. It's not going to change for you or through wishful thinking or for any other reason. It's your responsibility to adapt yourself, your techniques, your strategies to reality. And the reality right now is that we're in a recession. Now, the flip side is that there are a lot of benefits to being in a recession. If you get back to sticking with what works, your sales will actually go up even more than they do in boom times. In fact, my business is at an all-time high. Many salespeople I'm hearing from, their incomes are at an all-time high because their competition is dropping off and they are strengthening their sales, getting back to basics, building a strong platform, and prospering from it. So keep that in mind. This is not a negative thing, this recession. It is your opportunity to rise to the top as your competition falls off. The next thing to keep in mind is profit justification. Again, I've explained this before. Quite simply, it is the technique of showing on a proposal in numbers how your solution will put money back into a prospect's pocket. Now, in boom times, people may buy on a whim. They may buy on impulse. Doesn't happen as much right now. And this applies to consumer sales just as much as it does to B2B sales. An individual's checkbook balance is just as important, just as critical as a business's bottom line, and everyone's looking at it right now. So whether you sell to businesses, whether you sell to consumers, find a way that your solution, your product, your service will put money back into that prospect's pocket, and they will buy even more eagerly now than they would have in good times, simply because people are looking for profit-justified solutions. Finally, you've got to remember sales is not a numbers game. The average cold call generates nothing. Why would you do that 50 or 100 or 200 times a day? Anything times 0 equals 0. It's basic grammar school math. It's even more important now to keep that in mind. In good times, it's okay. Maybe you can screw away your time cold calling and hope to get something because there's still enough business coming in to make your numbers and keep your job and get by. Right now, that's not going to happen. Throwing darts at a board is not going to help you right now. It's going to hurt you more than ever. It is extremely critical right now to use intelligent systems of lead generation, intelligent strategies to get the people who are ready, willing, and qualified to buy to raise their hands and say, come sell me your product or your service. And that's how it works for top producers. They don't cold call, they don't blindly prospect, they use intelligent systems of self-marketing and lead generation. So remember, a recession is not a bad time. In fact, if you know what you're doing and you execute properly, it's your time to prosper and your time to make more money than ever. So get started right away. If you haven't been to NeverColdCall.com to download the first 10 chapters absolutely free of my lead generation home study course, do that right now because it will give you a better understanding of why it's so important, especially now, to avoid time-wasting techniques like cold calling and to do something targeted, effective, and intelligent instead. Thanks.